Solar update. This inverter works perfect. This is the 3000 watt 12 volt inverter. Let's see, it's the hey, you get the gist. This thing works good. Upgraded to 300 amp hours of lithium, these Zooms batteries, and they are wonderful. As you can hear, I've got an engine running in the backyard, but a little bit more on that in just a second. I'm going to show everybody something here. Hold on. Okay, what we have here, of course, my charge regulators. EP Ever, really good brand, I like them. This little device that I built here, what you hear in the background is it's a Harbor Freight engine running a chrome alternator that's been rewound. It puts out about 80 amps. But as everybody knows, you can't charge lithium batteries with an alternator without frying the regulator and the diodes and the coils. It's just too much load. Can't get enough airflow. So what I did is I came off of the alternator here, and I basically took out the voltage regulator and tied in these two wires. I isolated the ground so this PWM circuit could work. And so what I'm doing is right here on the output here is actually feeding power to the armature in the alternator, and it's doing it via this. So the way I'm doing it is I'm coming through here. This is off by about 0.3. I've got it set to kick on right here and kick off at 14 volts, which is about 14.2 and a half, because I don't want my batteries to go over 14.2. So basically what it's doing this is controlling the power going into this PWM 30 amp fan motor speed controller, and I've got it set here. I use my unity meter to get right at 40 amps. Sometimes it'll creep up a little bit, but right at 40 amps. And what this does is it just alternates and it cycles. If it were a rainy day and need to top off the batteries, I needed to leave, don't want it to overcharge it, so when this drops below the set point, it'll kick on, throw 40 amps to the batteries, charge them up, kick back off, and it'll just cycle on and off. It won't overcharge the batteries, and since I can control the voltage going into the armature, I can control how much current that's going in there. Right now I've got it set for 40 amps. I'll turn it back probably to about 30 amps. And depending on how hot it is outside, I don't want to burn the alternator up. And it really works good. I've tested this out for a couple of hours now, and it's perfect. I'll take you outside real quick and show you the little rigging that I've got going on back there for the gas powered charge if I needed it. Be right back. So here we are in the backyard, and this little solar panel right here, I've been doing some testing with it just to check it out. The new power. There you go. Some specs for you. Dude, this thing kicks butt. I've seen over 6.7 amps out of this thing in full sun. It does a really good job. Are you going to zoom? I don't know. Okay, there we go. But anyways, just an old Harbor Freight Predator 212. And this alternator did a little work to the stator, get a little bit more current out of it, but pretty much that's what it is. These wires here are that's going to that PWM controller. I'm basically controlling the brushes inside here, the armature, so I can regulate the current. Then I got a little extra lead acid right here. Is my old system since I upgraded. I'm still using this, but anyways, yeah. So that's one way that you can control this. You can do it like this. A lot of people will use a variable resistor for like dimming the lights in your car or something like that. That works good. If you do it this way with the PWM controller, it really does work good. And then what you have to do is think this bolt right here is for this bottom brush in here. You got to make sure that that's isolated, because if this system shares a ground with this wire here going to the PWM, which shares a ground with your solar system, the PWM does not work, because it does its controlling through the ground. So you got to make sure that your positive and negative are fully isolated from the system and only feeding the brushes and the alternator. Very simple to do that. If you do that, this trick works great. This alternator, as you could hear, I just cut the engine off, cold to the touch. It's not even warm. So very good idea for worst case scenario, emergency situation where you needed to use some gas to charge your batteries back up. We'll go back in. I'll show you one more thing. Be right back. Okay, so back in the room here. Basically, I was going to show you all. This only pulls, like, this setup right here only pulls about 1.5 amps with this unit on. If you turn this unit off, it only pulls about 0.08 amps. But you don't have to worry about that, since you're only going to use it in an emergency situation. You don't want to feed power to it for a draw. You just reach down here and just go click, it's off. So basically all you got to do, if you need to charge your batteries up, it's been cloudy for 3 days, it's raining like hell or whatever, and you just start your engine up. You come in here, hit the button, and walk away from it, and it does the rest of the job. So anyways, I'll end this off and show you a little eyeball of the solar panels. I'm not done with it yet. I'm building mounts and stuff like that, but I'll give you a little oversight. Hold on just a second. And here we go. Not much has changed. I still have these two panels. There's some serious issues going on with this. They still put out pretty good amperage, but not what they're supposed to. So they're on the side right now. Probably going to use them for another project. These are wonderful panels. Still, these two, that is what I've always had. That one and this one are kind of recent. And basically what I was doing is I was working on a ground mount system, which I don't like. I want to get these things up off the ground. This Unistrut works really good. It's very expensive. But this is going to have that panel over there and this one. And these two are going to be up off the ground, probably about as high as that. As you can tell, I've got some issues here with some dead trees that's about to fall on everything. And you know what pine trees do when they die. But anyways, so not too bad. These panels are wonderful though. I get almost full output. Here's you just some specs on these. I believe these are made in Georgia now. And they have a factory down there, but these are really, really good solar panels. I'm really happy with these. Not really had an issue. As you can tell, if this is going to zoom back, there we go. So I am running series and series, because I am, as you can tell, that room right there is where the charge controllers are. I'm pretty far away from it because I go under the house and then back up. So got to get the voltage up there, carry that current. Everything's just laying on top of the ground right now. I have conduit where I'm going to be direct burying eventually. Depends on if they come in and actually cut these trees. I'll probably just mount them on the roof of this house, and none of this will be on the ground, and it'll be wonderful. But anyways, so yeah, solar system's working great. The that inverter in there I've had hasn't turned off in a year, over a year, about a year and a month now. It's been working fantastic. I haven't had one issue. Pepper. Shh. I guess she's just gonna bark at everything. But anyways, God bless everybody, and I hope y'all have a good year this year. I think this will be about the first video I posted this year. But I really do hope everybody has a good year, and keep those minds working. Get out there, build. You know, test yourself, tinker. It's really good to do this stuff, and it's really good to have the knowledge to be able to do something like this, just in case, you know, you get caught out somewhere. You need to know this. You know it. You can help somebody else. You can help yourself. It's really good to know just the basics, because that's basically, this is a tiny system, but it does everything I need. So, on that note, God bless you guys. Have a good one. And maybe we'll catch you again soon. Hopefully, we'll have some new videos, but we will see. And other than that, take it easy.